Reba McEntire is a name that needs no introduction. Over the decades, the country music queen has amassed a legacy full of chart-topping hits, a successful acting career, and a reputation for being gracious and down-to-earth. However, it seems that even icons like Reba aren't immune to moments of tension. The recent incident on the Jennifer Hudson Show left fans shocked and buzzing with disbelief. Reba McEntire's dramatic exit from the show after a heated clash with Jennifer Hudson raised eyebrows across social media and the entertainment industry. It all started as a friendly, casual interview but quickly escalated into something much more intense, leading to a situation no one expected. The encounter has sparked numerous debates on social media, with fans trying to piece together what exactly went wrong between the two celebrities. Jennifer Hudson's talk show, The Jennifer Hudson Show, has been known for its warmth and inviting atmosphere. Jennifer is a respected artist, actress, and singer herself, with a reputation for creating a space where guests feel comfortable to open up. She has hosted a variety of guests, ranging from fellow musicians to Hollywood icons, all of whom have praised her for her ability to make them feel at ease. Reba McEntire was no exception. At first, it appeared to be another fun-filled segment between two powerhouse women in the entertainment industry, as they joked about their careers, shared light-hearted stories, and even reminisced about their early days in the business. However, something changed behind the scenes, leading to the unexpected confrontation that unfolded live on air. Reba McEntire's decision to storm off the set took everyone by surprise. Viewers were left confused, unsure about what caused the sudden shift in the atmosphere. As the interview progressed, subtle tensions began to rise. Initially, it was just a slight miscommunication between the two women. Reba, known for her sharp wit and candid nature, responded to some of Jennifer's comments with a bit of sarcasm. Jennifer, equally sharp and intelligent, tried to match Reba's energy with some playful banter. However, it soon became clear that the light-hearted moments were giving way to something far more uncomfortable. The situation escalated quickly. Reba, who had been calm and composed throughout most of the interview, started to visibly lose her patience. Her once friendly tone shifted, and her responses became sharper and more direct. Jennifer, noticing the change in Reba's demeanor, attempted to defuse the situation with a light-hearted joke, but Reba, clearly frustrated, didn't take kindly to the attempt. The tension in the room became palpable, and viewers began to sense that something deeper was at play. One particular moment during the interview was said to have triggered Reba's decision to leave. According to insiders, Jennifer Hudson made a remark about Reba's career trajectory, comparing it to her own. While this might have been meant as a harmless comment, it struck a nerve with the country music star. Reba, known for her fierce independence and self-made success, didn't take kindly to what she perceived as an undermining of her career achievements. She took a moment, visibly processing the comment, before responding sharply, questioning Jennifer's understanding of the challenges she faced in her own career. The atmosphere on set shifted immediately. Jennifer, perhaps not realizing the weight of her words, tried to backtrack and apologize, but it was clear that Reba wasn't having it. As tensions rose, the interview took on a more uncomfortable tone. Both women were now speaking over each other, the conversation no longer fluid or playful. The back and forth reached a boiling point, and Reba, with a firm expression on her face, suddenly stood up from her chair. The camera's focus shifted as she turned and began walking off the set, leaving an astonished Jennifer Hudson behind. The sudden departure of Reba McEntire left the audience in complete shock. It's rare to see someone of Reba's stature walk off a show, especially in such a dramatic fashion. The studio was silent for a moment, as both the crew and the viewers at home tried to process what had just happened. Jennifer Hudson, clearly taken aback by the turn of events, struggled to regain her composure. She sat there, looking a bit lost, unsure of how to address the situation. Her smile faded, and her usual charm was replaced by a sense of unease. Behind the scenes, things were far from calm. As the cameras cut to a commercial break, The production crew scrambled to figure out what had gone wrong. According to sources close to the show, there was a brief meeting between Jennifer Hudson's team and Reba McEntire's representatives during the break. The tension in the room was palpable as the two sides attempted to clarify what had led to the clash. Reba's team was reportedly upset by how the interview had played out, with some members claiming that Jennifer had been disrespectful without even realizing it. In the aftermath of the incident, both Jennifer and Reba took to social media to address the situation. Jennifer posted a heartfelt message on Instagram, apologizing to Reba for any unintended offense. She expressed her deep admiration for Reba and emphasized that the confrontation was a misunderstanding. She also made sure to stress that she would always welcome Reba back to the show, hoping they could move past the disagreement and continue their relationship as colleagues and friends. Jennifer's fans rallied behind her, showing their support and expressing their relief that the entire situation was blown out of proportion. Reba McEntire, on the other hand, chose a more measured approach. While she didn't immediately post a public statement, sources close to the country singer indicated that she was taking some time to reflect on the incident. Reba's team issued a brief statement, acknowledging that the situation had been tense but emphasizing that there were no hard feelings. Reba herself, when asked about the event in a later interview, simply shrugged off the incident, saying, "Sometimes, things just don't go as planned." Her words were casual, but the underlying message was clear. She wasn't looking to dwell on the clash. The fallout from the incident was swifter and far-reaching. Fans of both Jennifer Hudson and Reba McEntire flooded social media with their opinions. Some sided with Jennifer, believing that the clash was a misunderstanding that shouldn't have been blown out of proportion. Others expressed their support for Reba, arguing that Jennifer had crossed a line with her comments. The situation sparked a wider conversation about the pressures that female celebrities face when it comes to maintaining their public images, especially when dealing with a younger generation of artists. The debate over who was in the wrong took center stage in entertainment circles, with pundits offering their analysis of what went wrong. Some commentators suggested that the clash between the two women was a result of the generational differences between them. Reba, having built her career in an entirely different era, might have been more sensitive to certain remarks that Jennifer, coming from a newer generation, didn't intend as an insult. Others pointed out that it was simply a case of two strong personalities clashing in a high-pressure environment. One thing that became clear in the aftermath of the incident was how quickly rumors and speculation can spread. Within hours of Reba McEntire's dramatic exit, various media outlets were offering their takes on what had gone down behind the scenes. Some claimed that Reba had stormed off due to a disagreement over the interview's direction, while others suggested that tensions had been building for weeks. The truth, of course, is that no one will likely ever know the full story unless the two women choose to share it publicly. As the dust settled, both Reba McEntire and Jennifer Hudson continued with their respective careers. Jennifer carried on with her show, and Reba continued her work in music and acting. However, the incident on the Jennifer Hudson Show remained a talking point for weeks to come. Fans of both stars still held out hope for a reconciliation, hoping that the two women could find common ground and put the misunderstanding behind them. Months passed, and the tension from the clash slowly faded from the public eye. However, in a surprising twist, Reba McEntire made a return to the Jennifer Hudson Show. This time, the atmosphere was completely different. The two women seemed at ease with one another, exchanging smiles and friendly conversation. Jennifer jokingly referenced their previous encounter, and Reba, with her signature sense of humor, laughed it off. The audience cheered, and the mood in the studio was light and cheerful. It was clear that the incident had been put behind them, and they were both ready to move forward. The return of Reba McEntire to the show was seen as a gesture of goodwill and maturity from both women. It also marked a moment of growth in their relationship, as they were able to laugh at the past and prove to their fans that even the most awkward situations could be overcome with time, understanding, and respect. Reba later shared that she had a deep admiration for Jennifer and appreciated the way she handled the situation. Jennifer, in turn, expressed how grateful she was to have Reba back on the show, reaffirming the bond they had forged despite the earlier clash. Reflecting on the entire ordeal, It became clear that the heated clash between Reba McEntire and Jennifer Hudson was a rare but important moment in the world of celebrity interactions. In a business where everything is under scrutiny, even the smallest disagreements can become major talking points. However, what stood out the most was how both women handled the aftermath. They showed that even when things go wrong, it's possible to find common ground and make amends. The incident between Reba McEntire and Jennifer Hudson also opened up an important dialogue about the pressures and challenges that come with being a public figure. While both women are undeniably talented and successful in their own right, the expectations placed on them are immense. Every interaction is scrutinized, and even the slightest slip-up can quickly become headline news. For Reba, a country music legend with decades of experience, this might not have been her first tense encounter, but for Jennifer, it was a reminder of how quickly things can escalate. Both women were thrust into a situation where they had to navigate the delicate balance of being authentic while managing the pressures of fame. In the end, it seemed that both of them were able to grow from the experience. Interestingly, the drama had a ripple effect on both of their fanbases. Fans of Reba McEntire were quick to defend their idol, expressing disappointment over what they perceived as disrespect from Jennifer. Some went as far as to say that Reba should not have been subjected to such treatment, especially after all she had done for the entertainment industry. On the other hand, Jennifer's fans rallied behind her, believing that she was simply trying to engage with Reba in a light-hearted, friendly manner and that the clash was a misunderstanding that had been blown out of proportion. The social media war between the two fan groups was intense, with hashtags trending for both sides. The incident also shed light on the way the media sensationalizes conflicts between women in the entertainment industry. While men in the industry often face similar confrontations, these disputes rarely seem to get as much attention or as much scrutiny. However, when two women clash, it's often treated as a scandal or drama, with more emphasis placed on the negative aspects of their personalities. The media coverage surrounding Reba and Jennifer's fallout only amplified this trend. Commentators focused on the supposed rivalry between the two, neglecting the fact that, like most misunderstandings, this one was rooted in a simple miscommunication rather than a deep-seated conflict. The media's portrayal of the incident raised questions about how women are pitted against each other in the entertainment industry. The idea of catfight narrative often overshadows the complexity of their personalities, turning what might have been a brief disagreement into a sensationalized story. This narrative is not unique to Reba and Jennifer. Many female celebrities have been caught in similar situations, where their disagreements are framed as a rivalry instead of a momentary lapse in communication. This incident was another example of how society often holds women to higher standards and more rigid expectations in terms of how they should behave toward one another. However, despite the intense media attention, there were those who saw the situation as an opportunity for growth. Some believed that this clash could become a pivotal moment in both Reba's and Jennifer's careers, teaching them valuable lessons about communication, empathy, and the pressures of being in the spotlight. The way they handled the fallout could inspire other celebrities to approach conflicts more gracefully, recognizing that misunderstandings happen, but it's how you recover that matters. In this sense, the clash between Reba and Jennifer wasn't just a moment of drama, it was an opportunity to demonstrate maturity and strength in the face of adversity. As months went by, the public's focus shifted away from the incident, and the two women resumed their respective careers. Reba continued to perform sold-out concerts, delighting her fans with her timeless music, while Jennifer carried on with her talk show, continuing to attract big names for her interviews. Yet, the underlying message of the incident remained. Both women, despite their immense success and fame, were human, prone to moments of frustration and miscommunication. The clash on the Jennifer Hudson Show became a reminder that even the most poised individuals can experience tensions in their professional lives. With time, Reba and Jennifer both moved forward from the incident, but it continued to be discussed among industry insiders. While neither of them seemed eager to revisit the situation publicly, The incident sparked a broader conversation within the entertainment industry about the treatment of women and the often unrealistic expectations placed upon them. Conversations about gender dynamics and the challenges of maintaining professionalism in an increasingly publicized world began to gain traction. This moment of tension served as a catalyst for broader discussions about the way women in the industry are expected to navigate not only their careers but their personal relationships in the public eye. Despite the challenges they faced in the wake of the incident, both Reba McEntire and Jennifer Hudson's careers remained unaffected by the drama. In fact, it could be argued that the event only made both women even more relatable to their fans. People began to see that even celebrities, who often seem untouchable or perfect, experience the same frustrations and misunderstandings that everyday people do. Reba, in particular, received a wave of support from her loyal followers, who respected her for standing her ground and for not allowing herself to be silenced. Jennifer, too, gained admiration for how she handled the situation with grace and humility. Over time, the incident started to fade from public memory, replaced by new headlines and scandals. However, it remained a part of the fabric of the entertainment world for those who had witnessed it. It became one of those moments that fans and industry insiders would occasionally bring up in conversation, reflecting on how something as simple as a comment could spark such a dramatic reaction. The story lived on in the annals of pop culture, serving as a reminder of how fragile public relationships can be, even among the most seasoned and professional individuals in the entertainment industry. Eventually, Jennifer Hudson had the opportunity to reflect on the situation in a later interview, acknowledging the importance of learning from past experiences. She expressed gratitude for the lessons she had learned from the clash and how it had impacted her approach to future interviews and interactions with guests. She admitted that, at times, she may not have fully understood the dynamics of certain conversations, and the incident with Reba had opened her eyes to the importance of being more aware of her words and the potential impact they could have. Reba, too, took a moment to reflect on the situation, sharing in a rare interview that the experience had been an eye-opener for her as well. She spoke about how important it was for her to remain true to herself and how she didn't mind standing up for what she believed in. She also touched on the pressure of being in the public eye for so many years, and how it sometimes felt as though every interaction was scrutinized. Reba revealed that, despite the drama, she had come away from the situation feeling even more confident in her ability to handle challenging situations. Looking back, both Reba McEntire and Jennifer Hudson were able to find common ground in the aftermath of their clash. What had initially seemed like an irreparable moment of tension turned into a valuable lesson in communication and mutual respect. Both women had demonstrated resilience in the face of adversity and had shown that even a public falling out could be transformed into an opportunity for growth. Their ability to move past the incident with grace only deepened their fans' respect for them. In the end, the clash between Reba McEntire and Jennifer Hudson was more than just a dramatic television moment. It was a reflection of the complex dynamics of the entertainment industry, where personal and professional lines often blur. The incident highlighted the pressures of being in the public eye and the inevitable miscommunications that can occur. Yet, it also served as a reminder that even when things go awry, there is always the possibility for reconciliation, understanding, and personal growth. Both Reba and Jennifer emerged from the experience stronger and more mature, proving that even in the face of tension, respect and empathy can lead the way forward.